Hi everyone, it's Mitch. It's Tuesday, November 18th. We got college football tonight. The season is winding down, but we got one game Tuesday, one game Wednesday, one game Thursday, three games on Friday, and the full slate on Saturday. This is a week of rivalry games, regional matchups, trophy games. You know, the old Oaken Bucket's going to get handed out, the Land Grant Trophy, a bunch of different boots and, things of that nature. In these really tough rivalry games, the Apple Bowl is going on out in Washington, and, for two teams that, gives them even something to play for. Let's talk about something to play for. Picking contest. Mark R was lights out last week. He went 12-3 against the number. In general, the scores were pretty good this week, and I had a good week. Most of the people in the chat room and the forums, we all had a good week because we're sharing information. The community is getting bigger. I don't think there are any more knowledgeable fans in the country of college football than the ones that visit this site and that share their information, and that's exactly what we're trying to build here, and I think we're well on our way to doing that. It seems that the games that we do form some sort of consensus on, that those games we generally do very well on. The games where we don't have so much of a consensus on, well, half of us do okay and the other half don't. It's generally how it works. But you get a game like that UTEP game last week where everybody loves UTEP. You get a game like Cincinnati against Pittsburgh where we take a poll every day in the forum, of at least one game that's going on. Only one person picks Louisville in the entire poll. And sure enough, Cincinnati is a smooth cover in that one, and everybody goes home happy. So you get involved, good things could happen. Let's move on to tonight's game, and let's talk about Northern Illinois playing against Kent State. Northern Illinois goes on the road. They've lost 5 games this year, and 2 of them in a row, actually. But, those 2 games that they've lost, let's look at the games that they lost. They lost to Central Michigan. They lost to Ball State. You even go further out on their schedule. They lost to Minnesota. They lost at Tennessee when Tennessee hadn't quit yet. And they lost to, Western Michigan. So they've lost to 5 decent teams, in pretty decent scenarios. Those are their 5 losses this season. Kent State does not fit into that category. Northern Illinois, they don't have any kind of flashy offense. They like to keep it between the tackles and the running game. Kent State is also a running team. The difference between these two teams is the major difference is that, Kent State has a defense that ranks in the 90s in most defensive categories, and points scored, yards allowed, rushing yards allowed, passing yards allowed. Northern Illinois is in the 20s and 30s in most of those categories. So they know how to stop a team. Kent State is a one-dimensional offense that all they do is run. This can be very effective, especially in the college game. We see it all the time. We see teams like Nevada, and we see an Air Force and a Navy that just run all day long, and it can be very, very effective. You play against a team with a little bit of balance, that can take care of that. Like a Northern, and you're probably in a bit of trouble, especially when your defense can't stop anybody. And I think that's the type of matchup that we have tonight. I've been following Northern Illinois all year long, and people start to think that, wow, Mitch, you really like Northern Illinois. No, Mitch actually likes any team that covers, and Northern Illinois covered a lot earlier in the season. They did not cover the last 2 games against some of the toughest, tougher teams in the conference. Kent State is not one of the tough teams in the conference. Kent State is a 3-7 ball club. Plain and simple, they're 2-4 in the conference, and there's some doormats in this conference that maybe if Washington State played in there, that they would probably even get 2 or 3 wins. So we're on Northern Illinois tonight. We've been on them all year. This is Mitch. We're going to have a chat tonight, during the game. You got time to sign up for the picking contest. We got a couple weeks left, but we're going to have a bowl picking contest, and I'm going to really get into some more detail as in the next couple of days over how that's going to work because, we're going to get the word out early and big so we can make it a real nice way to end the season, our first season here. So in any event, this is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I'll see you in the forums, and I'll see you in the chat tonight.